Hello everybody, it's Alex from Toxic KTV, and today I've got a very special treat for you, and that is Diablo 3. I've actually got an invitation to the closed beta now, and of course the release date of Diablo is like 1 month away, and I thought, come on, I'm gonna show you a bit of the game before I'm actually starting out playing it for realsies in a co-op mode or something. So let's just get started by looking at which characters we can actually play, and these are all the 5 characters that there are going to be in Diablo 3, I think. They didn't actually anticipate more characters to be there. And I'm going to start with the Barbarian, then Demon Hunter, Monk, Witch Doctor, and Wizard. The Barbarian, of course, is one of the major classes with close combat battle and whatnot. So let's just start with the Barbarian in a male version, I think, because I am a male. And usually I call my dudes Grunt for whatever reason. I think like way back then on Diablo 2, I think that was the reason.
Death. The fallen star is near.
Sure. So yeah, I've actually started recording that one, but I totally ran out of recording space like 2 minutes into the game, and I didn't realize that 50 minutes into gaming. So it basically is like Diablo 2, but a bit more prettier. And judging from the picture that you're getting right now, it's a bit darker than anticipated, because with the first previews that you had with Diablo 3 on the videos, it just looked too, let's say, too colorful and too comic-y.
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
Alright, we've got a new objective. Let's kill all the Risen, which is actually not that hard. Come on, bam. It's mine! Completed. Well.
Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the slaughtered
Ooh,
calf
new
inn.
record. Okay, sure I will. So, checkpoint reach. So, what I want to talk about is... Let's receive some blessing here.
May the gods who abandoned us come to your aid one last time.
Thank you. It's very nice of you. So, yeah, it's a bit darker now than anticipated in the videos before. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just follow up on the quest and talk to her.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Uh-oh! Enemies!
Legions have blessed me.
Yep.
This is killing business.
Okay, new level, and we have unlocked a new skill category, which gives me some time to talk about the new skill system that they have introduced into Diablo 3. So what you have is mouse skills, which are steered with the left and right mouse button, and you have defensive skills, might skills, tactics, and rage skills, as well as passive skills, which you have 3 slots of, and they're activated on 10, 20, and 30, and you can pick different passive skills. So in the primary slot, you have 3 different skills that you can pick. It's either Bash, Cleave, and Frenzy. With higher level here, available at 3 and 11, the primary skills are gonna be more powerful, but they're generating less fury. Well, you're asking what fury is. It's basically the mana of the sorceress, or the mana of Diablo 2. It basically regenerates by using the Bash skill all the time, and it generates fury, and what you can do with it is use the secondary skills, which of course the first one that you get is Hammer of the Ancients, then you get Rend, Seismic Slam, which is actually a pretty nice thing, and Whirlwind, which is nice as well. So I'm gonna show you how everything works way back later in the game, like when we're fighting real monsters and whatnot.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
I will, but first let's snoop into her room and read her diary.
We've
Dear
been under
diary.
siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Welcome to the slaughtered caffeine.
So,
Whatever
yeah.
treasures you have no use for. I'll give you a bit of coin.
Please do not give me coin, because I have nothing to sell to you. And, oh, I can't actually go this way. So, whatever.
16 militiamen went out.
Let's go into Kane's house. I've actually never been here. Kind of didn't see that. Let's go to the book and see
We
the
have
journal.
come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind.
Oh,
This
sure he
is
did.
where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
Sure.
How can I help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Your warriors will be avenged.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Alright, let's try. See, I was using my secondary skill.
One of the wretched mothers. There are
Yep.
more of them in the ruins down the road.
I will do that. So as you can see, it fills up, but it also degenerates as soon as I stop fighting, okay?
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
So what I just picked up is a health globe. In Diablo, you have, of course, minor health potions, but enemies are also gonna drop those globes that will regenerate your. Usually, it's only your health. So, actually, pretty nice idea. Although many people didn't like this concept very much. On the other hand, I actually like it. Achievement scavenger. Oh sure, cool. I like the fact that there are achievements now. Kind of probably it's going to get me stuck on or hooked on Diablo 3. So let's
Dear reader,
read the
I
new
am
lore.
Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
I do
Young
think
quill
so.
fiends. A nest must be nearby.
Oh baby, more fury is needed. Well, that's everything? Alright. That was too easy, man. So yeah, talking about stuff being easy, I've heard a lot of complaints from people playing the closed beta on Diablo 3 that everything was too easy. And I kind of see their point. The problem is that you actually can only play this thing on easy right now. I think, well, I'm just presuming that you can. And I know that there are 4 different kind of difficulties. Of course, normal, then there's nightmare, hell, which are basically the same difficulty levels that you had before in
I need fury.
in Diablo 2, but the last one, which is actually like the real hard, like really the toughest challenge ever, and they say it's even heavier than the hell mode difficulty on Diablo 2, which actually was a great deal. Believe me. I mean, most of you guys probably watched my Diablo 2 LP up to hell on the Toxicate 20 channel. So yeah, that's a real toughie, and I presume that this Inferno difficulty is also gonna kick balls. Yeah. some serious ass it's gonna kick. So, as you can probably also see, we have something like bonus things, like this, and that also gives you some special experience points, which are probably very important because you do want to, you know, get as much experience as you want.
Torture and worse grow every day. What has happened to Tristram and its king? I once thought Leoric a great man, but it seems I was deceived. We all were. He sends our meager army against West March on the morrow. What will become of us?
So one of the mechanisms that they actually started putting into the game is that you will also pick up money. And believe me, this is really a time saver. Because way back in Diablo 2 you had to click on every single gold piece on the frickin' floor, and now you just do it casually during like just walking over it. And I really like this concept for sure. I'm just gonna check out this area on the right side that I didn't go to. Also, you will notice that I am not kind of fatiguing from running. So I believe they took that out of the game as well. Because it kind of... I actually have to say, it kind of did bother me a lot. Because the areas in Diablo 2 were actually pretty large. For example, the desert and the third act, which was the swamps. And if you didn't have enough stamina, it took you like forever and ever to get through. So now that you don't have the stamina issues anymore and you can just walk anywhere you want, it's pretty much nicer. So what we have to, you know, what I have to say is that in fact they improved a lot of things that were kind of bothering in the old game. You know, they didn't really change the gaming experience that much because you were just used to it. But I just presume that
Tristram, Diablo himself once walked this place.
Oh yes, he did. Yes, he did. So I guess it's kind of a plus on the plus side. And also, you know, one of the major reasons that people actually did not like, well, I don't want that belt, apparently. Do I want that? No, apparently I don't want that either. So, one of the major reasons people actually did not like the new system on Diablo, especially with the skills, is that you're not anymore putting, like, skill points into what you want to have developed as a character build. And of course that kind of limits you in terms of building a real RPG character. But on the other hand, they introduced another thing which I'm going to talk about later in the game. Let me just finish off all these enemies right here. Great, I'm getting a call. I can't, I'm playing. Super important now. Diablo 3 is much more important than any call that I could get. Well, with the exception that someone dies or something. But I'm not anticipating that. So, what I want to talk about is skills. I actually got a new primary skill. As I said, these primary skills actually generate this fury, and cleave is actually a bit more offensive, does more damage, but it generates less fury. The same goes for frenzy. Frenzy actually generates even less fury, but is more powerful, of course. So you always have to think about which kind of primary attack you actually want, together with a secondary that usually costs 20 fury, 20 fury, 30 fury, and 16 fury. So you always have to think about that. We're going to talk about the defensive skills later if I get to it. But, well, yeah. We'll see about that, I guess. Let's destroy that stump and get more monies. And let's get in here. World's fine weapons. Well, why not? A crude axe.
Not enough fury.
A wretched queen. So of course, They are monster battles that are more or less like boss fights in terms of they have more health and whatnot. And this is the waypoint. So what we can do, we can just go back and travel to New Tristram. And probably just go back and just sell our stuff, for example. I'm just going to show you how that works.
Welcome to the slaughtered caffeine.
So first of all,
treasures you have no use for. I'll give you a bit of
let's
coin
increase the
to save
gold
up
and
for
health
your
pickup
casket.
by 2 yards. I'm going to wear that because it gives me more experience. Everything else, I'm probably gonna sell that, that. I can't use a bow. It's bull crap. I think I'm gonna sell that too, and this too, and this one is actually inferior to what I have. Health potions are 25 gold. I have a lot of gold right here. Normal health potion you can actually only use at level 11, so I'm not gonna use that. Repair I don't really need. There's actually a buyback now, which is kind of nice. Also, what I want to show you in this New Tristram thingy, there's actually another
Clear
dude.
the way. I wish to pass.
There's actually another thing that we do want to do is, well, first of all, we can talk to him.
Thank you for your help. But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Ta-dum! Quest complete. You get some experience for it and some gold. It's basically just like, I don't know if you ever played Sacred. It's basically the same system.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Alright, so... It's... Oh, there's my stash, by the way. You can put your stuff in here, or you can just... get that stuff here. So, it has 3 slots, as it seems. Or you can buy more slots for your stuff. So you can actually increase the size of the stash, which also was kind of a downer in Diablo 2 because it was limited. That's why a lot of modifications actually showed up and turned up to increase the stash size.
But I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Does that mean Deckard Cain is dead? I don't think so. There is no Diablo game without Deckard Cain.
Follow me.
I will. Let me just check out if there is something that we can pick up. No. Hidden cellar.
Mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
Alright. Oh, that is alright.
Not enough fury.
Let's kill his minions first so I can just get some more fury. And then I'm going to use the hammer to generate more damage. Nice gloves, some more money, which is pretty awesome. Let's just look at the gloves, which are I don't actually have, so we'll better do that. Notice that I've not yet ever used one potion, so this kind of tells you how difficult it is, which is not very difficult at all.
What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
More fury.
Yeah, we need more fury, and then we can talk about a new skill slot that we've actually gained. So, let me just reassure myself that there's no one actually who wants to kill me. And there are a few of them. Alright, So let's look at the new skill slot that we have. A defensive skill. So all the other skill slots that you have is on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the only thing that we have right now is ground stomp. So we'll accept it, and I'll show you what it actually does. If I do this, it stomps people and it smashes the ground, stuns enemies for 4 seconds. Usually very, very nice when you actually get, crowded or, ambushed by a lot of people, and they kind of give you the creeps and you can't fight them because they're too much. Then you use the ground stomp to stun them and to maybe gain the upper hand. I just saw that I kind of missed out on that opportunity to loot that dude. Also, what you might have seen is that Fury actually degenerates as soon as you stop fighting, which kind of makes sense in terms of the fact that a Barbarian probably gets his strength from all the fury that he has in his blood or something. I don't really know the character descriptions so well in the terms of RPG style gaming and whatnot. So let's go to the Old Tristram Road and let's go into the mass grave. As you can see, there are like smaller dungeons which are part of your way, but they're optional, so you don't really have to take them. But I presume, they're also pretty small, by the way. So this is everything. It's just a small loot of like a small spawn of enemies, and that's it. I presume as much because I didn't really finish playing the game.
Fury.